Imagine the electric hum of Hill Dickinson Stadium in Liverpool cutting to a deafening hush 65 minutes into a blood and thunder Ashes second test. England's George Williams lofts a desperate bomb toward the corner, Dom Young soaring like a hawk for the catch that could claw back the series. But from the shadows, Reece Walsh explodes upward, a human missile contesting the aerial duel, his shoulder carving through the sky like a scythe. Collision mid-air, a sickening thud as Walsh's frame clips Young's head, sending the winger crumpling to the turf, ball spilling loose in a haze of sweat and spite. Referee Grant Atkins' whistle shrills like a siren, yellow card whipping out. Walsh marches off, Kangaroos down to 12, the 20,000-strong crowd baying for blood as Australia clings to a razor-thin lead. Tension coils like a spring, with the series on the line, one more grade and Walsh misses the decider at Headingley, potentially handing England a lifeline. Minutes drag like hours, the Aussies scrambling in the sin bin shadow, every tackle a knife edge. Then, the twist that detonates the divide post-match, the International Match Review Panel drops the hammer, no further action. Cleared. Free to fly. The Rugby League universe implodes in outrage and ecstasy. Is this justice for a split-second split decision, or favoritism shielding the golden boy who's dodged bans like Dodge's defenders? Whispers of conspiracy swirl Walsh's third escape in 7 weeks, from NRL Finals fury to Grand Final glory. As the Kangaroos seal a gritty 14-4 win, wrapping the Ashes for the 14th straight time, the verdict hangs heavier than the humid Merseyside air. This isn't just a ruling, it's a rupture, pitting purists against prodigies, and the fallout could fracture the game's fragile fairness forever. Buckle up, the story of Walsh's walk-free wonder is unraveling threads that bind the sport, and what unspools next might stitch new scars. Flashback to the fevered build-up, October 25 at Wembley, the Ashes opener erupts in a 26-6 Australian avalanche, Walsh weaving wizardry with 2 tries that torch the English defence, his black nail polish glinting like war paint under the arch's glow. But even then, shadows loomed, pundits parsing his every pivot, haunted by that NRL Grand Final shoulder on Xavier Coates, cleared despite the skullcrack echo. 7 weeks prior, Broncos' premiership parade masked the mid-air menace on Hudson Young in finals, head contact vanishing into a mere fine, no bench time lost. Patterns emerge like storm clouds. Walsh, the 23-year-old prodigy from Queensland's sun-baked beaches, a father painting daughter's nails turning troll bait into talisman, now a lightning rod for leniency. Enter Liverpool's cauldron's series-clinching stakes, England feral after Wembley's whitewash, Shaun Wayne's Lions lunging with renewed venom. The game ignites in the second minute. Tino Fa'asuamalearai and Dom Young erupt in a scuffle, yellows flashing like flares, setting a tone of teeth-gritting trench warfare. Tries trickle Munster's magic, Adokar's aerial artistry, but the real narrative simmers in the spite. Walsh's bomb battle? No malice in the leap, he insists, post-whistle, just footy ferocity in a contest where bodies blur at 30 km/h. Yet replays replay the rage, shoulder to temple, Young's exit through Hia shadows, whispers of concussion protocols clashing with contest rules. The sin bin bites 10 minutes of Aussie agony, Cotter and Munster marshalling the maelstrom to hold the line. As the hooter howls victory, confetti fights the fog of fury, but eyes lock on the panel's pending pronouncement. Fans fracture online, Aussie anthems hail the hunter, English elegies decry the hunt's uneven field. This verdict isn't verdict alone, it's verdict on a voyager who's vaulted from villain to victor, nails and all, challenging the chasm between chaos and chivalry in collision sports. November 3 dawns with deliberations dagger, the RFL's International Match Review Panel convenes, footage frozen on that fatal frame. Walsh ascending, Young descending, contact catastrophic yet contextual. Accepted all on-field decisions, the statement stones, no grade, no ban, no blemish on the fullback's ledger. Walsh wakes in Manchester, scrolls the storm, headlines howling escape artist in the Guardian's gloom, while Sydney Morning Herald salutes the survivor's savvy. The surprise surges, expectations etched for at least a grade A, 2-week exile echoing NRL's stricter scrutiny, but international ink flows forgivingly. Teammates toast in the team hotel, Billy Slater, coach unflappable, dubs it right call for raw rugby, Munster mirroring with a mic drop, Reece is Reece fearless, that's why we follow. Yet the underbelly boils, Dom Young, nursing neck knots, limps into pressers with a stiff upper lip, but camp leaks lament the leniency, Wayne's war room wondering if aerial assassins walk too freely. Broader blasts echo, LGBTQ+ allies applaud Walsh's unyielding flair amid prior Polish persecutions, but purists protest the precedent. If mid-air mayhem merits mere minutes, what's the metric for malice? Social spheres splinter, TikToks tally Walsh's trifecta of Teflon Raiders rumble, Storm showdown, now Lions lament racking 2 million views in hours, comments a coliseum of clashing creeds. One viral vent, Golden Boys got a golden shield, change the game or chase it away. Counter, footies for fighters, panels protect the product. As training treads toward Headingley, Walsh works with whispered wisdom from Walters, refining the leap without losing the lightning. This clearance crystallizes a crossroads, propel the prodigy to pantheon status, or prompt a protocol purge? The panel's pass isn't passive, it's a powder keg pass, igniting debates on discipline's double standards in a global game grappling with its grit. Headingley awaits under November's nip, the dead rubber decider a canvas for catharsis, Australia's sweep of formality, but Walsh's wings clipped or unchained? The verdict vaults him back to vanguard, daughter Layla's giggles grounding the glamour as he eyes encores in Pacific Championships. Yet ripples radiate, RFL murmurs of mid-air mandate tweaks, NRL nodding north with hybrid harmony, Young's recovery a quiet quest for equity. Walsh, ever the enigma, tattoos tracing family roots, sideline clapbacks crushing creeps, embodies evolution, his escapes etching a narrative of nuance over nukes. Will this fuel fiercer foes, or forge fairer fields where flare trumps fallout? The ashes ash settles, but embers endure, a testament to a talent too tenacious to tame. If this verdict has you voting sides, smash subscribe to all sports updates, your unfiltered fix on footy's fiercest fights. Imagine the roar of 60,000 fans at Wembley, hearts pounding as a 23-year-old kid from Queensland stares down a 2-on-1 English blitz, his eyes like lasers, and in a blur of sheer will, he leaps, knocking the ball loose mid-air, saving a certain try. But wait, that was no ordinary stop. It was the moment the world realized Reece Walsh isn't just fast, he's unbreakable. What if I told you this electric fullback, once dismissed as all flash no grit, just rewrote his legacy in the Ashes opener, leaving even Nathan Cleary speechless? Stick around, because this isn't hype, it's history unfolding, and it starts right now. From the sun-baked fields of Sunshine Coast to the glittering lights of Suncorp Stadium, Reece Walsh burst onto the NRL scene like a storm no one saw coming. At 18, he was the boy wonder for the Brisbane Broncos, dodging tackles with the grace of a gazelle and leaving defenders grasping at shadows. His speed? Untouchable. His vision? Surgical. Crowds chanted his name after he torched the Titans with a 90-meter solo sprint, ball tucked under one arm like it was glued there. But beneath the dazzle lurked a shadow, defensive lapses that whispered doubts. In 2023, during that infamous grand final against Penrith, Walsh drifted wide, leaving a gaping hole Cleary exploited with a dagger try, sealing the Panthers' triumph. The headline screamed, prodigy or pretender? Walsh, barely out of his teens, felt the sting, retreating to the Broncos' sheds with tears mixing sweat on his jersey. Little did he know that heartbreak was the forge for his fire. Teammates watched him grind in the off-season, chasing shadows in empty gyms, his body a canvas of bruises from endless drills. Yet, as the 2025 season dawned under new coach Michael Maguire, something shifted. Walsh wasn't just running, he was hunting. In round one against the Cowboys, he not only sliced through for 2 tries but flattened a rampaging prop with a hit that echoed like thunder. Fans buzzed, was this evolution or explosion? But the real test loomed larger than any club clash, the green and gold of the Kangaroos, where legends are made or broken. As selection day neared, whispers grew, could the kid from the bush claim the fullback spot over veterans like Dylan Edwards? The pressure mounted, a vice around his chest, until one training session changed everything. Cleary, the cool-headed maestro, pulled him aside after a flawless cover tackle, eyes wide with rare awe. What secret did Walsh unlock that even Cleary couldn't ignore? Hold that thought, because the Ashes stage was about to ignite. Picture this, October 25, 2025, Wembley Stadium pulsing under floodlights, the air thick with 22 years of Ashes anticipation. Australia, ring rusty from a domestic grind, faced an English side hungry for revenge. Walsh, handed the number 1 jersey on debut, stepped out not as a rookie but a reckoning. The first half crackled, Munster's guile feeding Cleary's precision, but England struck back, a break slicing through the Kangaroos' line. Wellsby lofts a pass to Farnworth, 2 Aussies adrift, the crowd erupting in white-hot frenzy. Enter Walsh. He explodes backward, reading the arc like a psychic, fingers outstretched in a desperate claw. The ball spills, intercepted mid-flight. Wembley falls silent, then gasps as he regathers and counters 40 meters, drawing a penalty that flips the momentum. Minutes later, another English surge, Wardle bombs high, Farnworth lurking. Walsh races, dives, fists the ball dead inches from the line. 2 try-savers in 1/2 mirrors of his grand final heroics against the Storm, where he'd clawed back from a 12-point deficit. But this was international turf, stakes eternal. Cleary, marshalling from halfback, couldn't hide his grin in the huddle. Walsh wasn't just defending, he was dominating, his hits landing like sledgehammers, forcing turnovers that fueled Australia's attack. By full-time, the score read 26-6, Walsh with 2 tries, a cheeky chip and chase for 1, a blistering sideline burst for the other, earning man of the match in a rout. Post-game, as confetti rained and the urn gleamed, Cleary pulled him close, voice low amid the chaos, this kid had transcended. Yet, in the quiet of the locker room, Cleary reflected on the journey, spotting the unsung grind that birthed this beast. What forgotten truth did he uncover about Walsh's rise that no one else saw coming? Brace yourself, the revelation hits like a Cleary bomb. Nathan Cleary, the architect of 3 straight premierships, knows talent when it dances beside him. But after Wembley's wizardry, he dropped a truth bomb that silenced the press pack. Reece Walsh isn't just good, he's a freak, a once-in-a-generation spark with pure X-factor, unmatched in league's lore. No one's played alongside anyone like him, Cleary confessed, his words carving deeper than any trophy engraving. The surprise? It wasn't Walsh's speed or flair that floored him, but the forgotten side, defense, that gritty underbelly once his Achilles heel. Back in 2023, Cleary had preyed on it, but now? Walsh had transformed. He's certainly improved there, Cleary marveled, working at it relentlessly. I think he's realized just how important defense is, particularly in big games. Picture the epiphany: Walsh, haunted by grand final ghosts, poring over footage till dawn, drilling with Edwards, turning weakness to weapon. In the Ashes, those Reeds knocking down passes like swatting flies weren't luck, they were labor, etched in sweat and resolve. Cleary's eyes lit up recounting it, calling Walsh's growth a masterclass in maturity, elevating him from prodigy to powerhouse. England coach Sean Wayne fumed, labeling him an enigma to neutralize, while Aussie fans crowned him the new king. But Cleary's praise ran deeper, a nod to the mental leap. Walsh now plays the full 80, attack and armour intertwined, his presence a psychological sledge. As the series heads to Liverpool, with Walsh sin-binned in a heated second test but still sealing Australia's grip, Cleary's words echo a testament to the kid who refused to fade. Yet, in this epic ascent, one question lingers: with such fire, how far will Walsh burn before the game bends forever? The answer's coming, and it's scorching. Welcome to Aussie Sports Central, your pulse on the nation's gridiron glory. If Walsh's warrior turn has you hooked, smash that subscribe, drop a like hotter than a Brisbane summer, and ring the bell for every tackle, try, and triumph. What's next for this freak? Tell me below, could he eclipse the greats? Now, hit play on our next scorcher, the untold battles behind Penrith's dynasty. Don't miss it, Australia's legends await.